granted. What a life for a sweet missy. Growing up is full of strife, sugar and spice. How I long to be back home. Everyone leave me alone. Growing up is full of strife, sugar and spice. I bet they're in those open spaces having heaps of fun. While I'm spelling, multiplying, help me anyone. I must confess I'm in a mess with no place to turn to. Far from home, alone, what is a country girl to do? Ahoo!
You're supposed to hit the ball, Marguerite. And Pixie, if she misses it, you've got to try and catch it, not run away. But it was coming straight at me. Of course it was. You're the wicket keeper and I was bowling at the wicket. Well, I don't know why we can't just use a tennis ball. Because we're playing cricket, Goofy. Now this time, Marguerite, try to hit the ball. It's cricket. Cripes. Girls. There. Something hit it. The wicket, stupid. You're out. Cricket? Why didn't you play rounders? Yeah, cricket's for us men. Give us a go. She says I am out. But all the time I am right here. This cricket, I think, is a game for the imbeciles. Or them that can play. You watch me fix that little skite. And none of you grubbers. I want a proper overarm one. Are you serious? Of course I am. You're not the only one that can play cricket. Righto. Ow! Oh! Ow! You rotten pig, Molly Wilson! You did that on purpose! Ow! I'll stop on an act, Louise. You can't bat, that's all. Well, I told you to use a tennis ball. She wanted an overarm, didn't she? Well, we didn't want to play cricket anyway. Well, what do you want to play?
Let's have a proper girls' game. Why do we always have to be rough like boys?
Yeah, Jimmy was right. We ought to play rounders.
That's a good idea. Bags, I bat.
Louise!
I wanted to bat.
Maybe
Well,
second.
I'm batting first.
All right,
then I'll go.
No, this isn't fair. We'll work it out when we get... You lot of sissies.
Oh, yeah.
Who's going to be coach?
Me.
Mr. Johnson might come over.
Oh, Jono hasn't turned up for weeks.
He reckons we don't try.
We don't win, that's all.
I coached last week. Yeah, and we lost again.
I could have a go.
Yeah,
You squirt.
But I'm fast and I'm the only one who knows the rules. Go on, fellas, give us a go.
Righto, let's pick teams.
No, you can't do that, Jonesy. You gotta let one of the centres tap the ball.
well, Rico can't jump.
He's the tallest in your team, so let him reach for it. Let's have another go. Come on, you lot of slugs.
Who is that?
It sounded like a girl.
What do you think you're playing, marbles? You'll never play basketball if you stand around like a lot of clucky old chooks.
Righto, smarty pants. Why don't you come down and say that to our faces?
I'll do better than that. I'll show you to your faces. Here, toss it up. You watch, Rico. Like this. Rico. You gotta bend your knees and go.
She was terrific, the greatest. She could jump higher than anyone else, and you should see her throw. From anywhere on the court, she could get the ball in the basket. Every crack of the whip.
There'll be a crack of a whip if you don't finish putting out those knives and forks.
And you can place the salad on the table. Looks rather nice, doesn't it?
I've got to tell you about Molly, haven't I?
Well, you've been telling us about Molly.
Ever since you came home.
It doesn't make any difference if she does it two-handed.
Not my salad, Jimmy!
Or one-handed.
Girls!
Crikey.
Dear.
Grandma will kill you. That's her best salad bowl.
Well, I simply haven't time to make another. I'm going out with Jacques.
Ugh! What a mess. You can help too, both of you. Oh, we've just finished cleaning ourselves. Come on, Pixie, it won't hurt us. You really are a clumsy little monster, Jimmy.
I was just telling you about Molly playing basketball. Molly, you were great. Just like a boy.
Yeah, you are too, the way you play cricket. I'm not a boy. Stop being horrible.
I was just trying to make them understand.
You're obviously very good at sports, sweetie.
It was my brothers. I used to play with them. Played on their basketball team sometimes when they were a man short.
Gee, reckon you could play on Saturday?
Oh, no, I don't think so. It's about yesterday, isn't it? I didn't do a bad job painting this room, did I? Don't change the subject. All right. What about yesterday? Molly, we do want to play with you. We just don't want to play so rough. Well, I'm doing my homework. You'll go to sleep more likely. I'll tell the others you're sick.
Coming to practice?
I'm doing my homework.
I bought something for you.
Jimmy, basketball practice is for boys. I'm a girl.
Not in these you won't be. Little Titch Brown lent them to me for you. Here.
Jimmy, I'm not a boy and I'm not about to start dressing like one.
But I thought these would make it all right, so's you could play on Saturday.
I'm not playing on Saturday and I'm not coming to practice with you, so go away.
You're all the same, you girls. You just want us to lose all the time.
Time for bed, Jimmy. Aunt Vera says you've got to clean your teeth.
Oh, gosh, I haven't got this shot right yet.
And you haven't cleaned your teeth right either. Not since I've known you.
We're going to lose on Saturday if Molly doesn't help us.
Molly! How am I?
You've done it. Does that mean...
Molly, take those off at once. Aunt Vera and Grandma will have a blue fit. That makes 2 blue fits, so we won't tell them, will we?
But you're going to play with us on Saturday, aren't you?
Well, I don't know about Saturday, but they'll be a bit better to practice in.
Tomorrow, Arvo?
Tomorrow, Arvo. You're mad.
You've got to play on Saturday. You've just got to.
Well, I'd like to.
Or, gee, Jimmy, if they found out we had a girl on the team.
Well, I'd wear these clothes.
She still looks like a girl, but...
I am a girl.
That's the trouble. Everyone knows you are.
They needn't, though.
Look at her, Jimmy. She's all girl.
I reckon I might be able to fix that. Now, how about a bit more practice?
She's all clear.
Jimmy, what are you going to do?
Just leave Saturday to me.
But I've got to know.
The less people know, the better. Then we won't get caught.
Of course we'll get caught. Grandma will be at the game, and Aunt and Aunt Vera.
Just leave everything to me.
Well, I hope you know what you're doing.
How often does a fella want his family to see him lose? I mean, it's so Humiliating.
But that's never worried you before. You've always nagged us to come to your game.
Well, maybe I'm becoming sensitive.
You? Sensitive?
Hardly think that's likely, dear. But if you'd rather we didn't come on Saturday...
Yeah, that's what I'd rather. That's what I'd much rather. It's all right, I'm awake.
I just come home from the pictures. I thought I'd pop in and tell you the good news.
There's a new Tom Mix coming on.
Jacques is taking me to the basketball match on Saturday.
Oh, no.
Darling, I was telling him how keen you are. He used to play in France.
Then he wouldn't be able to follow it. The rules are different.
Oh, I'm sure they aren't.
Theirs are in French and ours are in English.
Jimmy, you're being ungrateful. It was very kind of Jacques to show an interest in your sports.
Then he'd understand, wouldn't he?
Understand what?
What it's like to know a terrific player from France is watching you. I'd get all nervous. I'd go to pieces.
I suppose if it would embarrass you.
Oh, it would. It'd scare the daylights out of me, Mum. Honest.
Perhaps some other time then. When you're feeling more confident.
Yeah, like next year or the year after.
Are you awake? I bet you are. Well, you better not talk in your sleep then. Because you might blurt out what's happening on Saturday. I know you and Jimmy are up to something. And I'm going to find out what it is.
Just a little bit more.
Oh, Jimmy, do you have to? Molly, you haven't! Molly, you look awful. Oh, Jimmy, what have you done to her?
Close the door.
I told you to lock it. What difference does it make? Everyone's going to know.
Not till after the match. Come, Molly, you better get your togs on.
Grandma and Aunt Vera will kill you. Is it that bad? It's so bad she'll probably chop your head right off.
After we've won the match, they can chop both our heads off. Come on, Molly, you better get into togs and we can go down to the park. Why doesn't she hurry up?
She can't come until the coast's clear.
We'll miss the game. We're gonna be late. We'll miss the match.
Keep running.
Wait.
What?
Come on.
Jimmy was all right when he left.
Oh, yes, full of beans.
Strange he didn't say goodbye.
Oh, he was running late.
I had an idea he didn't want to play today. He was very down over lunch.
But he wanted to play, though.
By the way, where's Molly?
Molly.
Yes, dear, Molly. You know, the little girl who's usually up to mischief at the same time as you are.
Oh, not today.
Oh?
Oh, no fear, Molly's sick.
All right, eh?
You, this is fun.
If the child is ill, I intend to see her.
But she especially asked me not to let anyone see her. She wants to rest.
She could be coming down with something.
That's it. She wants to lie down.
I'm going to find out.
Wait, Grandma. I'll just check. Just as I thought. Sound asleep. And there's no use waking her if she's coming down with something.
Well, we'll leave her for the moment. A nice sleep is probably the best thing for her.
Nearly there.
Righto there. Who are the captains?
Me.
Mick's ours.
This shrimp's your captain.
Nothing wrong with him.
How old are you?
11 last birthday.
Probably doesn't even know the rules.
He knows the rules better than the rest of us.
That's not saying much. Your mob couldn't chuck a ball into a bucket.
All right, all right. They're entitled to choose their own skipper. Now let's get on with this match.
Here, I'll finish that.
Now, don't start fussing about my ironing. I'm no worse than you are.
Well, I simply offered to help.
You're fussing. Why aren't you out with that French person?
Jimmy didn't want Jacques to watch him play. We decided to go out tomorrow instead.
Jimmy didn't want anyone to watch him play. I don't know what's come over him.
You don't think he's sick?
Molly is. Perhaps there's a virus.
Oh, no, it's not a virus. She was tired. She stayed up late last night doing homework.
Molly, homework?
I wonder if I should go to the match to see if he's all right.
No, Aunt Vera.
But if he's sick, sweetie...
He's not a bit sick. It's just that he's so ashamed of his team that he doesn't want any of us to watch him lose again.
I know that's what he says.
Of course. We mustn't humiliate him. Not if he doesn't want us there.
Oh, he doesn't. I know that for sure. Grandma, would you like me to help you with the ironing?
So sweet of Pixie, don't you think?
My dear child.
Mother, Grandma, I've been worrying about Jimmy.
He is sick.
It's that virus.
He's not sick yet, but he might be if no one turns up to watch him play.
But he doesn't want us to, sweetie.
I've been thinking about that. I believe it's all a big act to make us come. You know how back to front Jimmy is. He always says what he doesn't mean.
So he said, don't come when he meant do come.
And if we don't,
And he loses.
he'll be heartbroken, poor lad. I'm going to that match.
So am I.
But you can't. Aunt Vera, Grandma! Look, I've burned something.
You're going to cop it, aren't you? But if I were you, I'd leave it till after the game.
That's what it says. 8-all. They haven't won a blinking match all season, and now they've got us 8-all at half-time. It's that little coot Mick that's doing it. He's fast and he's good. So we've got to pin his ears back, haven't we? Yeah! Righto. Well, that's what we'll do this half. He's only got the muscles of a fly, so whenever he gets near us, we swat him! Yeah!
Vera, that is not the way to do it.
Well, I stopped it, didn't I?
Are you sure this is the right place? Of course it is. Hurry or we'll miss the game.
It's beginning to ache.
Oh, come under my umbrella, dear. You'll be in the shade.
But hurry!
Just one more thing. Now we're level, I reckon they might get dirty. If they do, we get dirty too.
Yeah!
Remember, you can do it.
There he is. Where's Jimmy? Oh, he has the ball. Oh, isn't he good? Look at the scoreboard. They're level.
Oh, that's an improvement, isn't it?
Sure it was. Poor little chap.
Free throw, team foul.
Don't miss, Molly. It's just on full time.
I know who that is.
Full time.
That's Molly!
I was planning to cut out their ice cream at dinner tonight as a punishment for cheating.
Oh, it was a very little cheat.
I'm not sure why you're celebrating. You were disqualified.
Who cares? We won.
For the first time.
And it was all because of him. 3 cheers for good old Mick. Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray!
From the country to the city, what a life for us sweet Missy. Growing up is full of strife, sugar and spice. How I long to be back home. Everyone leave me alone. Growing up is full of strife, sugar and spice. I bet they're in those open spaces having heaps of fun. While I'm spelling, multiplying, help me anyone. I must confess I'm in a mess with no place to turn to. Far from home, alone, what is a country girl to do? Ahoo! Growing up is so much sorrow. Who knows what will come tomorrow? Growing up is so much strife, sugar and spice. Sugar